I noticed something interesting about course careers recently. They've adopted a strategy that reminds me a lot of Apple's approach. See, Apple is never the first to release something. The iPod wasn't the first MP3 player, the iPhone wasn't the first smartphone, and the Vision Pro isn't the first VR headset. Instead, they take something kind of new and niche and they eliminate all the little frustrations, turning it into something that everyone actually wants. Online accounting courses aren't new, but they aren't super widely used by career changers due to some combination of the inconvenience of needing years of college experience, the lack of practical job-focused training. It's kind of a learn theory but figure out employment yourself situation, and the cost of semi-decent programs. But here's where it gets interesting. As someone who's worked in accounting for 14 years and has helped people break into this field, this program has become one of the most practical options I've seen. So it raises the question, is the course careers accounting certificate good enough? Is it streamlined enough to make career switching into accounting actually popular? I assume we all understand what traditional accounting education looks like at this point. It's a 4-year degree program that costs tens of thousands of dollars. So even though you end up with credentials, you also end up with a mountain of debt and still need to figure out how to actually land that first job. And normally it's structured so that you learn a ton of theory while you still have to network and job search on your own. The problem with this approach is unless you want to spend ridiculous amounts of money and time, these programs don't come with a built-in employment support. You have to find your own opportunities, build your own network. And so for the traditional route, that's essentially just lectures and textbooks. It still feels too expensive and time consuming for what you actually get. And that's kind of the beginning of the problem with breaking into accounting. And if you combine that with having to wait 4 years before you can even start applying for jobs and not having any income while you're learning, it seems like the barriers to entry start to stack up a little bit too high for something that's supposed to prepare you for an entry-level position. And that's why career switching into accounting has always been fairly intimidating. But course careers just structured an accounting program and they made one particular change that seems like it might solve all these problems. Because course careers added employment focused coaching, and wait for it, built-in coaching that connects you directly to people who can help you land interviews. Let me just show you. For the last few months, I've been researching how this program works and talking to people who've gone through it. And yes, that is the full name. It is called Course Careers. Drop the extra fluff, it's clean. And since it works as a comprehensive career program, you can learn everything you need to know to land an accounts payable clerk position. And it's designed around getting you hired fast with coaching support included. I would like to show you my favorite 4 things about how this program is structured. Let's start with the obvious one, the free introductory course. Just because I want to show you how starting with zero cost completely changes the decision-making process. And we can demonstrate that by explaining exactly what you get in the intro course. You learn about why accounting matters, what the job market looks like, what your day-to-day work would involve, and whether you would actually be a good fit for this career path. And you get all this for free. No credit card required, no commitments, just actual valuable information to help you make an informed decision. This is really one of those try before you buy situations that removes all the risk from exploring a new career. And also, by the way, You can take your time with it. There's no deadline, no pressure, just explore at your own pace. Back to the full program. Favorite feature number 2. The self-pay structure. I've talked to people who've completed this while working full-time jobs, whether it's in retail, in restaurants, or in completely unrelated office work. And their learning experience went from I can't afford to quit my job to go back to school to I'm learning accounting fundamentals every evening after work. I'm just going to throw that out there. I think that everyone who needs to make a career change should have access to programs structured like this, just so we can actually improve our situations without destroying our financial stability in the process. I appreciate that flexibility. Favorite feature number 3. One of the obvious weak points of traditional education is the curriculum, which not only is way too theoretical, but it's also disconnected from what employers actually want. So you're learning concepts that sound impressive, but don't necessarily translate to day one job skills. The course career curriculum is structured to teach you exactly what you need for entry-level roles. And then if you want to, you can specialize in payroll or billing and collections or bookkeeping or tax prep. It gives you options based on what interests you most. And then you can focus on interview prep, LinkedIn optimization, resume building, all the practical stuff that actually gets you hired. This is actually real valuable, and not just because the content is job focused now, but because you're not spending years on material you never use. You're spending weeks on skills you apply immediately. While you're going through the program, you can see exactly how this knowledge translates to real accounting work, something I never got from traditional education. That's a big one, like it really is. Lots of people waste years learning theory they forgot by graduation, and this is probably now the most efficient path to employment you can find. And you do it just by focusing on practical application instead of academic concepts, because the program is structured around getting you job ready, not just educated. And lastly, my favorite aspect, feature number 4. Course Careers has integrated coaching support so you can work with actual career coaches who understand the accounting field, and they help you with your resume, your LinkedIn profile, your interview preparation, with guidance optimized for accounting positions specifically, so you're not figuring this out alone. It's going to get real results focused in here. One thing that has to be appreciated about Course Careers, how much thought they put into making sure you can access this regardless of your financial situation. The pricing structures has 3 tiers. The first introductory course to test it out, a payment plan of $150 total. That's 4 bi-weekly payments, so it's manageable even on a tight budget. And then there's the one-time payment of $499, which actually saves you money compared to the payment plan. Plus, you get an access to additional course bundles. And because they offer multiple payment options, you can choose what works for your budget, whether you're currently unemployed and need the lowest possible payments, or you're working and can pay up front. On top of that, you get a 14-day money-back guarantee, so you can try the full program, and if it's not what you expected, get your money back, or you can switch to a different course they offer. Course Careers claims that you can complete the program in 4 to 8 weeks, depending on how much time you dedicate, which is incredibly fast for career transition training. By the way, I've heard from people who finish in 6 weeks while working full time. So not quite 4, but that's also totally depending on your schedule and how quickly you absorb the material. And if you're currently between jobs, you could potentially get through this even faster and start applying for positions within a month, which is honestly incredible for a complete career change. So is it perfect? Is it streamlined enough? This is a complete rethinking of what accounting education even looks like. So I'm sure we'll know more innovations and improvements in the coming years. But now that I've been analyzing this program and talking to graduates for several months, there's one thing I'm wondering. Will we ever see course careers expand this model to even more accounting specializations? Hear me out, because right now, Course Careers is an employment-focused accounting program that happens to teach you the technical skills, which arguably makes it one of the best options for career changers. However, the flip side of that is, what if they expand into specialized certifications for more advanced roles, like senior accounting paths or controller training or CPA exam prep integrated into the platform? And I feel like the natural evolution would be building out those advanced paths. Maybe add built-in networking events with hiring managers or direct placement partnerships with companies actively hiring. Am I getting a little ahead of myself right now? I don't know, but maybe I'm just excited about where this model could go. That's all. I think that would be valuable for the accounting profession. What do you think? And what do you think about the approach to break into accounting? Leave a comment down below. If you have zero thoughts on career switching, just leave your favorite emoji for engagement. And while you're down there, hit the like button, because you know it's free and it helps out the channel. And subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, happy job hunting.